In my opinion, Mr. Hildebrand's actions are worthy of censure from this group. He, either by direction or his own volition, thwarted the will and pleasure of this committee by bringing it out to the.
Okay, you know what? You make that statement, now you, okay.
And I move
You know
for
what?
censure.
No, we're gonna discuss this, okay? He is a member of this committee the same as you are. He has a right to vote any way he pleases. He is not subject to what you believe or what you
I'm
think.
talking about what he did at our place.
And what he did at our plaque, he had every right to do what he did.
Just like you would have.
Do I necessarily agree that he did the right thing or the bad? That's not for me to determine, nor is it for you. He's a member of this committee. He is entitled to do whatever he wants to do. He voiced his opinion. BJ, you're entitled to yours. I will defend your right to voice your opinion as often and as much as you want. And I'll also defend Michael's. Michael didn't vote for Bob Keller. Michael had a right, as a member of the County Central Committee, to ask the question, to inform the members. The members made the decision. He didn't thwart the will of this committee. He's a member of this committee. You may have that opinion. You're entitled to it. But that doesn't make it right.
The intention of the endorsement convention here last month was to submit and get
By
the
8
recommendation.
out of 11. By 8 out of 11. And BJ, and it was submitted, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
It would not have been thwarted had he not brought the information forward.
And you know what? You know, I didn't go into this before. You're mad at me? You know what? I got about 25 emails that want me impeached from the chair of the endorsement committee because I attempted to mislead the county party. That how dare I, as the endorsement chair, put forward an endorsement of somebody when there were these charges? If I hadn't been questioned, the entire county committee would have voted on Bob Keller without knowing that there were charges raised. I've got people mad at me for that because I did what you think I should have done, which is basically I didn't give an opinion. I actually said about the charges, and it was a positive statement. The committee knew the charges, they had them, they didn't even bother to look at them, we still voted for it, 8 to 11. Okay? Now, the committee made that decision. And Michael's choice to stand up and say whatever he said is his right, as much as it's your right to complain about it, as much as it's my right. And the bottom line is, BJ, people see things differently. There are a lot of people who are really mad at the 38th AD and me as chair because they think I tried to pull a fast one. I tried to get an endorsement done where there were legitimate charges raised. That's what they think. I'm looking forward to being able to go back down there and present what the results of those were.
The reason, when I was the first one to start screaming about those charges, I said, has anybody checked these out? Where's the FPPC letter? Where did we took these from a candidate? So, did Michael have a right to say something? Here, you ready to go buy a lottery ticket? I agree with you. He had a right to say something, but
Yeah, thank you.
it wasn't substantiated.
Right.
Nobody went out of their way to make sure, before we opened our mouths and soiled the guy's reputation. Nobody went out of their way to
But
make
we
sure.
didn't soil his reputation. We did not, please, that's out of order. We did not soil his reputation. As a committee, we supported his
The
reputation.
local committee did, correct.
Yes, but Joe, I'm gonna ask you, you answered honestly, I hope you answer honestly on this, okay? You're down at the committee this Saturday.
Mhm.
Someone says that someone has filed a complaint with the FPPC and the DA, and this is what they allege, okay? Now,
Do we have proof? Does anybody have proof?
well, of course you don't have proof until they act,
Then put it away.
okay? That's fine, but you know what? Do you understand that other people might say,
I agree. As an American, that day, we voted that man, not we,
yeah,
LAGOP voted that man guilty, even though they tabled it.
No, they didn't.
They did.
They did.
They chose not to give him the endorsement. And in my 8 years on this board, that is the first time that's ever happened.
They
Can I
did
speak,
not-
Mr. Chair? I
Please.
was there, it was a motion to table.
I
It
just
wasn't
said,
a motion
they
to
tabled
vote.
it, so they didn't do, so he didn't get the endorsement. And to BJ's point, and you know this to be true, the endorsement becomes useless once you start mailing stuff out in the.
Guess what? One of the candidates provided a very good political move, okay? It's within the realm,
I don't disagree with that.
okay? The bottom line is, if you want to look at whatever that candidate did, now, will that benefit them? Probably not in the election, okay?
Not at this point.
All right, but the bottom line is, nothing was done illegally, nothing was done wrong, nothing, by us, okay?
It's the first time in my whole time.
It's simple, it's simple. Mission accomplished at the RA,